You felt it again, didn't you? That strange little flutter in your chest. The sudden fatigue. Or maybe it was the way your legs felt weaker than usual this morning, as if they'd forgotten how to carry you. It lasted a moment, then disappeared. So you brushed it off. Because that's what we all do. We tell ourselves it's normal. We're just tired. We didn't sleep well. But what if it wasn't just that? What if that little flicker, that subtle ache, that brief loss of balance, was your body whispering something louder than words? Because according to doctors, there are signs, real, physical signs, that often appear just weeks, sometimes days, before the end of life. Not the obvious ones. Not the ones you see in movies. These are quieter, sneakier, and most people don't even recognize them until it's too late. This video is not meant to scare you. It's meant to prepare you, to open your eyes to what's real, what your body might already be trying to tell you. Because when it comes to life and death, knowledge is power. And paying attention just might give you the chance to say what needs to be said, to do what needs to be done, or maybe to fight back in time. Stick around until the end, because the fifth sign might be the one you never saw coming, but need to hear the most. Let me tell you about Robert. He was 78, lived a quiet life in rural Oregon, retired teacher, loved crossword puzzles and birds. One day, while walking to the kitchen, he felt a sudden wave of nausea. Then his left leg trembled. He leaned on the counter. Waited. It passed. He didn't tell anyone. 3 weeks later, he passed away in his sleep, massive cardiac arrest. His daughter later told doctors he had been acting a little off, but we thought it was just age catching up with him. That's the problem. We think it's always just age. But sometimes that's not. Sometimes it's the warning before the storm. Doctors say there are 5 lesser-known signs that may signal that death is approaching, especially for seniors. And the earlier we recognize them, the more power we have to prepare, protect, or even prevent. The first sign is fatigue, but not just regular tiredness. This is something different. A kind of deep, dragging exhaustion that seeps into the bones. The kind where even simple tasks, like brushing your teeth or sitting up, feel like climbing a mountain. It doesn't go away with rest. It feels heavier each day. And often, it's accompanied by a subtle disinterest in things once loved. Hobbies, conversations, even food. Fatigue like this is more than just being tired. It's the body's way of slowly shutting down. It happens because your organs, especially your heart, are working harder to keep everything going. And they're losing the battle. A woman named Carol once said, "It felt like I was carrying weights in my skin. I wanted to get up, but my body refused." She died peacefully 2 weeks later. And yet, those around her missed the sign. If you or someone you love is experiencing this deep physical slowing, pay attention. It's not always final. Sometimes it can be treated, but it always deserves to be taken seriously. Now let's go deeper. Imagine this. You wake up and suddenly, you're not hungry. Not just one morning, but for days. Your favorite foods? They don't appeal. You lose weight without trying. Your sense of taste? Dull. Your mouth? Dry. You feel full after just a few bites. This second sign, loss of appetite, is one of the most overlooked indicators that the body is preparing for rest. Doctors say it's common in the final weeks. It's not because you're picky. It's because your body is redirecting energy. Digesting food takes effort. There's a story of a man named Luis, age 82, who had loved his wife's cooking for 50 years. One day, he pushed away her famous stew and said quietly, "It's too much." That was the first day he skipped dinner in decades. He passed away 9 days later. His wife, heartbroken, said, "I wish I knew that meant something." But here's where it gets more unsettling. The third sign isn't in your stomach. It's in your brain. Confusion, sudden disorientation, not knowing where you are, calling your daughter by your sister's name, forgetting how to use the remote, moments of fog, even hallucinations. One man started seeing birds in his living room. Another thought his wife was a stranger. Sometimes the confusion comes and goes. Sometimes it feels like slipping in and out of a dream. This is not always dementia. Doctors explain that as oxygen levels drop, the brain receives less fuel. And when the brain suffers, it sends out smoke signals, mental errors, lost time, strange visions. It doesn't mean you're losing your mind. It means something in your body is struggling. But here's the powerful truth. Sometimes, confusion is reversible. If caught early, it could be from an infection, dehydration, or blood sugar. So don't dismiss it. Talk to a doctor. It might be a warning, but it might also be a window. The fourth sign comes out of nowhere. Literally, Shortness of breath. You're sitting still, calm. Then suddenly it feels like someone's sitting on your chest. You can't catch your breath. Every inhale feels shallow. You feel panic. Or worse, nothing at all, just emptiness where breath should be. This isn't always a heart attack, but it is a red flag. Because as organs shut down, especially the lungs or heart, your ability to take in oxygen weakens. This leads to carbon dioxide buildup, which can cause breathlessness, restlessness, and even anxiety. Many seniors begin breathing faster without realizing it. Their chest rises and falls rapidly. It's frightening to hear, but even more frightening to ignore. A retired nurse named Sheila told her husband, "I feel like I'm suffocating in air." Those were her last words. But again, shortness of breath can also mean treatable conditions. Don't assume it's the end, but don't pretend it's nothing either. Now here comes the one sign that people almost never associate with death. And yet, doctors say it's one of the most telling. The skin, specifically, changes in temperature and color. Cold hands and feet. A bluish or purplish tint to the nails or lips. Mottling, patchy skin on the legs. This is circulation fading. The body is pulling blood away from extremities to protect vital organs. When someone's skin changes like this, especially in the lower legs or fingertips, it often means the body is slowing to a stop. One man, just days from passing, told his son, "My hands feel like they're turning to ice." His nails were pale. His toes, blue. His heart was failing. The body was doing what it always does, focusing on survival at the core. These aren't just signs of age. They are signs of departure. Subtle, quiet, easy to miss, but not to be ignored. Now listen carefully. None of these signs, on their own, mean you're about to die. They can appear for dozens of reasons, and often, they're part of natural aging or temporary illness. But when 2, 3, or all 5 begin showing up together, especially over a short period, it could mean the body is preparing for something final. So what can you do? Here's the part no one talks about enough. You can respond. You can act. You can prepare. And sometimes, you can even reverse. If you or a loved one is experiencing these signs, start by seeking medical guidance. Ask for a full evaluation. Don't wait until it gets worse. Because sometimes, worse comes faster than expected. But just as important, prepare emotionally. Say what you haven't said. Make peace with those you love. Write that letter. Take that photo. Because whether the end is near or still far off, those moments matter more than anything. There's an old saying among palliative nurses: the last chapter deserves to be written with dignity, not surprise. And you, watching this, have a chance to do just that. This isn't a video about fear. It's a video about awareness. And awareness is the first step toward peace. Don't ignore the signs. Don't let pride or fear keep you silent. Talk. Ask. Listen. Because your body is talking. And sometimes it's saying goodbye. But you know what? Goodbyes don't have to be full of regret. They can be full of meaning, of grace, of love. You've made it this far in life. You've survived decades of hardship, loss, joy, change. You are not fragile. You are wise. And wisdom means paying attention when it counts most. So here's my challenge to you. Tonight, ask yourself this. Have I noticed any of these signs? Has someone I love? And if the answer is yes, do something. Say something. You are still here. And while you are, use your breath, your time, your body to live with intention. If this video opened your eyes, even just a little, hit the like button so we know you're with us. And subscribe for more videos like this. Real, raw, human truths about aging, health, and what it means to live well to the very end. Leave a comment below and share your story. Has your body ever warned you about something? Have you seen these signs in someone you loved? You never know who you might help just by speaking up. Because here's the thing. You can't stop time. But you can listen. You can prepare. And you can choose to live these days, not in fear, but in purpose. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. And take care of each other.